den Stream. Alright, welcome back to the third game in the series between MMA and ND. I'm Nordachi, your caster, together with Ascent, and I'm introducing... Go ahead and talk. I'm sorry I'm talking over you.
I just want to say hi there.
Go on. Great contribution. Thank you for your input. And we have the blue team. We have Greymane, Deathwing, Anubarak, Dehaka, and Whitemane. And in the red team we have...
Cassia, Ragnaros, Deckard Cain, Diablo again, and Gul'dan on the right side, and the game just started.
And already we have a difference in strategies. We have Ragnaros going alone and the top lane. Red team only fighting with 4 people in the middle, putting damage already on blue team.
Yeah, it goes of everything or nothing, it seems like. Because this game is the final game of a series of 3 games, best of 3. It seems like Team Red wants to take the first kill, charging in right on Anubarak. It seems like
Diablo taking huge punishments and getting stunned right in front of the gate, but the well-placed potions of Deckard Cain saved him quite a lot.
Diablo used the potions from his father, spoiler alert, in order to stay alive. As you can see, Cassiopeia is against 4 people in bot lane. It seems like he's going down.
And dying.
He is going down.
Very easily. Going down to the kill team.
Cassiopeia, the first death of the Team Red here. It seems like Team Blue is trying to get his kill count up in order to get more XP, in order to get the game. Let's find out.
Interesting fight going on at the top. Ragnaros trying to contain the Dehaka. Both players putting damage on each other, trying to prepare for the eventual kill.
Team Blue already took out 2 towers in the bottom lane. It seems like they're going on the fountain.
But they're giving up the middle lane for this in exchange. The middle lane keep is already under danger and siege from the red team, and blue team will get the keep in the bottom lane. So
yeah,
a little bit of a trade going on.
It is a base race, as you know it from StarCraft 2. That's exactly what it is here. And let's see if Team Blue decided to go back in the middle lane and punish them for being so deep in the middle lane.
Gul'dan very famously has very good spells against buildings. Corruption does a lot of damage to buildings, seeing as they can evade very well.
Everything seems to normalize themselves. Team Blue has the middle lane still to keep up. And now they're trying to get the camp, the siege camp. Oh, the objective is spawning, and they have the camp as well. It's nice timing there.
A little bit of a disadvantage for Team Red because they lost their keep in the bottom lane. So the camp that blue team took out was very tactically well chosen. They don't have a second retreat spot in the bottom lane for Team Red. So if they choose to fight at the prisoners, they can only retreat upwards to the mid lane.
That's right, the fountain and the keep is up. Gone in the bottom lane, so they all have to go in the mid lane. And let's see if someone is even going to the objective. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like no one needs to, or at least try to free the prisoner. Well, they are in prison for a reason, right? So why free them?
Hopefully they didn't have a life sentence waiting for them. But currently we have the red team engaging the prisoners of the blue team, trying to get the objective. Deathwing a little bit alone right now, no help in sight, but the blue team is trying to gather up as well.
And there it is, the time clicks down for Team Red. And it seems like they're pushing Team Blue off of the prison.
Dehaka,
and they keep it up.
Very late to the fight, only now engaging in the fight and able to get Diablo into the tower, putting huge damage on him and probably kill him in the process. But
that's about it. Diablo is gone, which means he is doing his name. All the undeadly excitement that the game is
unable to delay the prisoner escape any further. So we have a continuation of the story of the second game. We have red team losing players but getting the objective.
Yeah, Team Red wasn't even able to kill one person in the whole game right now. It's
Yeah, it's
4
4
minutes
to
and 30
0.
seconds.
Incredible. It seems
they
to be an
still-
overarching game plan of Team Red, that they are focusing more on the objectives instead of players.
And it seems it pays off. The second game wasn't even close at the end. The Immortal pushed down all the lanes, and Team Red doesn't have to do really anything, just watch. It
This
seems
game
like
could
the
be
middle
different.
keep is going down.
We currently have a very heavily damaged fort in the middle lane, but Red is not able to fully kill it. However, we have pushes all over the place. Tower is going down in the bottom lane, tower is going down in the top lane, and the delaying action of Team Red in the middle.
In the bottom lane, you see Cassiopeia pushing with the camp, with the prisoner instead, and killing the fountain, which means there is no retreat now, either in bot lane or in the middle. Cassiopeia did all she could, and now she's escaping safely and sound back home.
Yeah, it was a wise decision to let the Raider
And
die.
Diablo's deep diving to the fort in order to kill it. But Deathwing
Oh,
said
possible mistake, he gets stunned from Anubarak and gets taken down quite a lot, but Deathwing misses his fire and Red Team is able to escape the clutches of Blue Kill Team.
Well, it doesn't seem like Deathwing really missed his fire. He just tried to melt the ice, but he wasn't forced enough in order to drop all the players in the ice, so nice try
Yeah.
there, but it didn't quite work.
His friend was a Frostworm, but not today in this game. We have Ragnaros on the top lane again, as well as Dehaka, duking it out and not making much of a difference right now. Camps are being taken. Blue is even engaging the boss camp at the bottom.
Yeah, and if the prisoner should start immediately, that would be a nice thing, but as you can see, Team Red found out. Team Red feels himself invited in order to get to the boss. The boss is already recovering, so Team Red isn't going to steal it anytime soon.
Red
And
is showing
in-
who's boss in this game right now.
They
Engaging
managed
Blue.
to kill.
uh,
Ooh, the fire is coming from Ragnaros. It hits virtually no one. Even Deathwing, who was born in fire, escaped the fire.
Good support of Ragnaros anyway, because they can now fully push with the creeps and even kill the keep in this lane, so they will have catapult support from now on. And in the middle we have another push that killed off the remaining health of the keep. So currently Red Team is up one keep and can safely engage in the prisoner escape.
The prisoner are still, yet again, up and waiting for the rescue.
Red Team decides to push top lane and kill Dehaka, trying to focus him, but currently Dehaka is able to
He is
escape.
trying to stay alive.
Clutch heal on himself, trying to juke and dive, but ultimately falls and succumbs to the enemy.
Deathwing dives in, shows who's boss, trying to push them out, but it's way too late. Team Red got the keep, and now they go into the prison.
Red Team up 2 keeps, currently engaged again in top lane versus 3 players against the full Red Team. It's a dangerous situation for Blue, currently trying to gather up their strength and defend the prisoners, but Red Team going for the flank, Diablo going into the fray once more, getting focused, using his abilities to his best knowledge and putting a lot of pressure on Deathwing.
Diablo is dead right now, and you can see the ult from the Deckard Cain is going through the enemy lines, pushing them back, and trying to get every second count. And the NPC is trying to get the camp. The Haka is trying to stop the camp. He can't quite manage, because you can see Gul'dan from the other side. He is pushing them back.
Gul'dan in a little bit of a serious situation right now. getting focused out from blue team and succumbs to his wounds. Diablo back in the action and already at half health again. Ragnaros trying to save his friend with the ulti and succeeds in doing so. In the process, completely wipes out the lane push, and blue team is currently on the offensive.
They trying to escape. They try to help their little blue friend on a red prism to escape and see the future of the outcome yet again. But it seems like there will be no rescue, or at least not for another 30 seconds. Let's see if Team Blue tries to keep up or has any chance of standing right in the prison.
They can't yell get to the chopper just yet. The red team is trying to interfere with rescue operations, and Ragnaros getting caught at the bottom there and dies very handily to the blue team. And currently the blue team is engaging and ahead by a player, so the red team must feel the pressure.
Just
unable to
more
escape.
seconds.
Unable to escape and wishing they could have defended, but in the end the objective goes to the blue team. Finally, after a full game without getting the objective, they are able to get it at least once this one.
Yeah, Team Red was annihilated in that team fight, and Team Blue took it upon itself to free the prisoner. Let's hope that the prisoner was not rightfully wrong in the prison. Let's see if he can help pushing back the enemies and have to try to level the game right now. It seems like Team Red is in a little advantage right now with the prison camp is pushing hard on all fronts at the same time.
The last
Ring is
stand
even
in the middle is going on right now. They are ignoring bottom lane, which will take a little bit of longer time to get to the keep because they lost the keep there, so it is a longer way. And the top, the Haka is pushing together with the Raider, inflicting heavy damage on the turrets right now and getting them, but the middle part is the most expensive and exciting part of this story. Ragnaros saves the fort by engaging it and pushing away the blue team completely, who tried to sweep up to top lane.
Yeah, they tried to circle on the top lane in order to get the keep up there, but the keep is at full health. All of the red team is going up. It doesn't seem like Team Blue is going anywhere here pretty soon. Maybe they're gearing up to get the boss, but I don't think so. It is way too late for that. They are just retreating. That's about it. The prison camp didn't do very much damage. The objective didn't really help Team Blue leveling the playing field. There's still a disadvantage here.
Red still seems to be in the lead, even though they lost the objective. That is my assessment as well. Ragnaros is making great use of the lane pushing capabilities of him, and Blue is under a lot of pressure just defending the lanes because of Ragnaros's pushes.
That's right.
Red seems to be ready to take the boss on the top lane, preparing to take it, engaging it. Blue team is doing the opposite on the other side, engaging the boss there. So it will be a little bit of a race to the finish line, and we will see which team is able to push down the defenses further, and who will decide to defend actually against the boss, and who will try to push fully with the boss.
And it seems like Team Blue is pushing with the boss. The bottom
and Red
lane
seems to be on the defending side right now. They will let their boss push all on its own, and we will see how the fight continues in the bottom lane.
and it seems like
Grave mistake. Deckard Cain got sniped right at the start of the engagement, so Red team has a missing sustain right now, unable to really engage because of this, and Deathwing capitalizes, uses his ulti to get behind enemy lines, even stuns Diablo and Ragnaros. Ragnaros in the nick of time saves the fort for a short while longer, but the boss is still at half health, so this fort is gone.
Yeah, and the boss from the red team is going to take down the fort in the top lane as well. So there is a nice trade right there, but it doesn't seem that the game is quite ending yet.
Interesting
Team
results
Red-
of the different approaches to the pushing abilities of the boss. One boss was left completely unchecked and was able to push through. The other boss was defended and attacked at the same time and was able to push through at any cost anyway. So in the end, what the players did didn't matter. Both bosses pushed through without a huge trouble.
They both succeeded at pretty much the same thing. It was a mirror push. And at that, we have two lanes that are unprotected, ready to get ganked or get killed at any time in the game.
But here comes the ultimate of Ragnaros. He is able to push lanes without a problem, so as long as Red is able to sustain 2 full lanes and only has a damaged one, they will be able to hold on much easier than the blue team.
Agreed, and the red team is in the blue prison, trying to free the last remaining allies of the Horde. Let's see if they succeed. 45 seconds left on their camp.
Deckard Cain in a very forward position is able to escape. Diablo was able to
So close!
take the punishment and survive so far and is able to tank a lot for his team, but goes down ultimately. But
Gul'dan is sniping down the enemy team left and right. He killed Deckard Cain. He killed Anubarak.
I don't think Gul'dan killed Deckard Cain. I think Deckard Cain is the same
Greymay.
team.
Okay, he killed Greymay and Anubarak.
He killed the
terribly sorry.
opposite healer. You think?
Maybe he's turning on his team. I don't know.
Gul'dan is known
Gul'dan
for
is
his
a traitor.
treachery. Yeah, that's
he's
great.
a traitor. All right.
And
So
he
there's
drinks
possibility.
he drinks weird wine and makes people vomit blood. But that's beside the point. We have the red team at the blue prisoners right now, and it seems they will take the objective, which will be a very difficult thing to defend for the blue team.
Yeah,
Blue
especially in the top lane. Especially in the top lane, we are most vulnerable. So if Team Red decided to push as well on the top lane as the prisoner pushes, they will be in a lot of trouble. Team Blue will.
Yeah, and red decides to push the middle lane, trying to focus on this part of the map to put the pressure on blue team, maybe trying to divert power from the top lane so they are not effectively...
Deckard Cain is in a really bad position if he wakes up. It seems like he's fine.
Cassia dies while Deckard Cain is asleep. Sounds like a typical move of Deckard Cain, sacrificing young woman. And
Especially
we have
his daughter.
Spoiler alert. And we have a great push from red going on nonetheless. Even though they lost one of the team members, they are able to push back the blue menace, and it's quite hard to understand why.
Yeah.
Blue has a team member more.
And as you can see, Ragnaros is already on the keep right next to the enemy team fight, which means that Ragnaros is dealing a lot of damage. And as you can see, the prisoner is already at the Nexus. He is hurtling down. The Nexus is already at 50%. He is recovering, although that means that Team Red has the capability of just
Only
pushing
1/3
through.
remaining on the core, and currently the raider on the bottom is still alive. Red team is still alive as well, so they are kicking about, except Gul'dan, who dies as I tell this. And the next one to die might be Deckard Cain, but he could be getting away as well. But doesn't look like Diablo is getting away. Yet again, we have a Diablo with not much will to live, but a lot of will to sacrifice himself for the team. Well done, Diablo. Slow clap for you.
Team Blue is gearing up to get the boss. Let's see if they succeed. Let's see if Nodi succeeds with slow clapping. We will see and find out.
It was very
So-
difficult
and
for me to slow clap, I have to admit. Usually you want to keep a little bit of a better pace at slow clapping, but while I say this nonsense stuff, we have the boss of the blue team going down, so the bottom lane of the red team will be pushed, and that team is doing the mirror move.
Yeah, but it seems like Team Blue is already finished the boss. So
And
Definitely
Ragnaros
is in the
moves
air
again, and so Blue team will have a disadvantage in the base race scenario right now, because the boss has more damage, and even the core on blue team has gotten damage in from the wave.
Let's see how they do it. And it seems like Team Red is all deafing mode, nobody's attacking. And Team Blue has to do the same. The boss on the top lane has the capability of ending the game, so they have to stop the boss. They have to stop the boss immediately, otherwise the game will be over pretty soon.
Big difference between red and blue, however. Red team was able to put a lot of pre-damage on the boss, and so the core only takes a little bit of damage. Not much to worry about. Blue team, however, has quite a lot of hands on deck to defend against the boss, and hence will be delayed in going to the prisoners camp. So
yeah, yet again, we have the prisoner camp up, and Team Blue is just now starting to get to the prison. Means that is a 10-second advantage for Team Red.
valuable seconds running down the clock for Team Red. All they need to do is hold on now to the advantage, but Diablo gets damaged very much again. Pulled down in the middle of the fray. Pretty bad positioning currently, and blue team is trying to make up for the lost time and let their own creeps take care of the stopping.
Yeah, this team fight could decide who wins the series, so they have to get on their toes. They need to stay alive.
Blue team in a disadvantage now. Nubarak has died, so the front line of blue team is very difficult to hold without their tank. Currently Diablo pushing into the enemy quite well. Ragnaros sticking it to Deathwing, and Deckard Cain putting out the potions all by himself.
Yeah, but as we learned, Diablo has a tendency to kill himself. He has like, what, 200 HP left, and still is in the prison, right next to the enemy line. So a falling Deathwing could easily just kill him, smacking him out of the picture. But Deckard Cain is healing his daughter, I guess.
We can depends what timeline you refer to, but we can see the incredible healing power of Deckard Cain. Deathwing trying to make a desperate attempt to stop the raiders, but in doing so is a valuable target to be taken out by red team. Fortunately, he is not being targeted. Red team is just trying to get away and let the raiders do their job.
And that is huge. Red team gets the prison camp. Yet again, Team Blue has to defend, or has to do some miracle play. I don't know how they're gonna try to keep in the game. Let's find out if they can def. But you have already a huge wave coming up the top lane, getting down all the way to the Nexus. The core is ready to get some damage. And man oh man, the little dwarf is getting his axe ready, spinning around like a maniac. But now the prisoner comes. Now the prisoner is taking
there's a dwarf pretending to be a barbarian from Diablo. However, this is the wrong game, dwarf. You should be more clever than that. And because they lost 2 keeps already, the dwarf doesn't have as much armor anymore, and so he loses from this wave and a raider. He loses almost 2/3 of his life, slowly regenerating now. But if Team Red decides to focus the core, they will heavily damage it and probably destroy it.
And the prisoner does so much damage on the core, and it seems like the core is going bye-bye. Team Red wins the series.
Well done,
It
Team
takes the
ND. Deserved win. They did not go for the team kills, they did go for the objective kills. Strategic win, I would say, and we thank both teams for participating and sending us the replays to review. And I hope you had fun watching us, and in the future we will do much more than this and hopefully improve our casting in the meantime.
Yeah, thank you for watching. This was our first casting since a long time. So I hope you had a little fun, at least, by watching these replays. And hope we see you next time when we cast again. It may be a game from you. Just send us our replay or let us know that you have a replay, and we will see what we can do for you.
Exactly. Just send it to us. Leave a comment and download link, or use Discord to contact us, and maybe you will be next.